Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Blue's Day Job. We're here at the Red Brick House. Today, we're getting the footings inspection, so hopefully that'll be good. And depending on what happens, we actually got the electrical inspection. The power company, to my disbelief, I still think that maybe the person who took the order would be wrong, that they'll be out to look at the power lines here as opposed to connect them. You can see this pole is actually on my property, and you can see where it used to be connected up there. They also have a repair order to repair that security light. And what they're going to have to do is dig a trench from the meter over there over to the pole and run it up, and then I've got electricity, which would be great. Depending on if they're working on that, it would be kind of hard for me to go ahead and put the cement in the holes in the basement here. So I'd probably wait until next week to do that. In the meantime, we're putting a security light out the back here, and we're putting some lights in the kitchen. So if we do have power, we'll be able to do that. We cemented up this last night. I'm going to go through and start working on getting some more of this part squared away in here as well. To just finish fixing this wall. And depending on if I get that finished and they're working on the power, we'll probably be upstairs putting in the rafters, getting this thing together. And Mike is, boy, you talk about spending a fortune. Electrical wire, oh my God. It is freaking insane how much electrical wire is. This is 14-2 electrical wire here. It's a 250-foot roll of it. We'll probably use about 4 of these in the house. $118. The last time I built a house down here, it was about $36 a roll for it. The 3-wire, and this is a 2-wire, meaning there's a hot, a neutral, and a ground. The 3-wire one, which you need for 3-way switches, is about $150 a roll, which means it's got an extra wire in it, a red. And the size of the wire goes for the amps. So these will be for 15 amp circuits. The yellow wire is actually 12 wire, which would be a 20 amp circuit. The orange is a 10 amp, the orange is 10 gauge. It's orange wire. Those are going to be for like your hot water heaters and things like that. That'll be 20 and 30 amp double pole breakers and stuff. So he's going to go through, he's going to get some wire pulled. I'm going to go ahead and mix some mortar up here and fix the brick. Right? Yeah. And maybe by the end of the day, we'll actually have some lights in here. That would be cool. But see, I tell you, I love the, I mean, you see these beams up in here. They are beautiful. We're going to put a new roof up on here, on this side.
A little bit of deterioration here and there, but
yeah, we'll
it's not like it's going to cave in.
Nope, it's definitely not going to do that.
Nope. Well, good. Well, you got your hands full.
I enjoy all this stuff.
Are you the owner?
Yeah.
You are?
See, I've already gone through, starting to rebuild some of the sashes using as much of the original as we could. So that way,
window weights and everything.
We got the window weights and everything in the sucker. So I actually rebuilt these.
Oh, yeah. And they work.
They work. I put the weights and stuff in them and all. Trying to match up. Like I said, I want to keep it so it's as close to what it would have been like 200 years ago as a school.
Yeah. I was raised in North Carolina, and my earliest memories, about 3 years old, we lived in an old farmhouse.
Yeah.
And last week I was over that way visiting my cousin, and he was telling me, he says, yeah, that farmhouse you were raised in is still standing right there. You go down. I'm like, really?
Right. Yeah, see, I was raised in a house that was built in 1870.
Yeah.
All right, that was some great news. We passed the footing inspection. We're going to make our way to the dump, get rid of some of the debris. I've been working on the brick down here, pointing it up, but we're going to get the cement to go ahead and start cementing the footers down there. And we'll see how long that takes and see how far we get. Whew. 1,600 pounds of cement, 20 bags. Whew. That is one long, long, long train. Wow. Well, the building didn't shake down, at least. I guess that'll help set the mortar that we put in this morning. Whew. Okay. So I'm gonna speed this up. So far it's been 14 minutes of recording and we got 5 bags. You're on the 3rd hole now, right? So I gotta look and see. We want to get,
I put 4 of the buckets in each one.
okay, what we want to get is, we want to get about 6 inches of concrete up under the
That's what it
post.
looks like the other 2.
Now the problem with it is if we got too much, Mike, is where are we gonna put it?
Put it inside where it won't get wet. Probably may need more somewhere else.
Oh, we're gonna need more to go back around the hole.
Well, that, and then you have the 2 in the upstairs too.
Yeah, we got 20 bags. If you're telling me you're on the 3rd hole?
Yeah, but you said put 2 bags
Okay.
per one, so it's 4 of the buckets is about 2 bags.
So we may have about 8 bags extra right now, plus the one on the porch.
They got 2. It's going up the hole.
After I mix up this section, I'm gonna come down and look and see where we are.
Going up another.
Okay, so as you can see, we got cement and all of these footers put down here. Oh my goodness. You see, we got the temporary supports that are up here supporting the upstairs. It was kind of cool because this is the first time the building inspectors, sorry, I got to sit down the camera to stand back up. I have bad knees. It's the first time the building inspectors have been in the house in about 5 years since when I originally got it, in which case it was being looked at to be destroyed. In fact, the original building inspectors that were here no longer work for the city. They probably aged out and retired. But the inspector that came in, really nice guy, he was like, this is in a lot better shape than I thought it was. He's like, he's looking at the framing. He's like, I can't believe this stuff's not rotted out. I said, well, we've gotten out most of the stuff that's really bad. And I said, I'm trying to rebuild it so that way, hopefully it'll be here for another 200 years. And he looked at our footings down here, and he didn't say it, but he was kind of like, boy, those are some really big footings. It's like, yeah, when you get an engineer and an architect, a lot of times they will over engineer stuff. Quite frankly, 16 by 16 by 8 inches deep would have been more than enough to hold up this floor. But he designed it with 24 by 24, 10 inches deep with it. I mean, the floor itself it's okay as it is right now, but putting that underneath there will truly be able to take any kind of load. I could park a car on top of this thing when it's done, but better to make sure that it's good when it's done. And the next step in here will be putting the post in and then putting more concrete around those, which will be another day. I was hoping, we haven't seen the power company yet. They keep saying that the power service will be on today. I don't know if I'm going to stay around long enough to see if they show up later on today or not, but I would really love to be here when they do, because that would be another major step for this house. But I tell you, for the first time, I feel like this house is beginning to come back to life. Cleaning up some of it and getting some of the stuff, getting the roof on, getting these piers and stuff poured, fixing some of the bricks. And let me show you, you can see some of this from down here too. It's not the prettiest of work, but we're going through. I've got to point all of this stuff up underneath here to finish holding everything here together. There are some collapsed bricks like this one. We'll need to take this one out, put a new one into it. You can see where this is the old floor joists here that, you know, there's going to be a new one here and a new one here to take the place of them. But I want to leave these original timbers. We've had termite guy sprayed, so there aren't any termites or anything. But to see wood that was cut 200 years ago that's still helping to hold this floor up is still freaking amazing, and I don't want to lose that. I want people to be able to actually come down here and see this piece of history. So we're going to go upstairs here, and I got to finish the leveling out the footers up there, and then I guess we're going to get ready to pack it in. You ready to rock and roll out of here? Yeah, I guess he's ready to roll too. Get back to life, back to reality.
It's life and reality.
Whew.
It's hard work.
Shout out to DeWalt. This is my battery charger for my batteries, and we've been running the lights down here off of this. This is also a generator in reverse. Those are lower. So you got a 15 amp circuit using the batteries. So we've been
Now
running.
they got 15 amp batteries.
Yeah, they only got 15 amp. Yeah, and they're probably about $300 a piece.
I think they were close to 300 when we were at the store.
Yeah, right there. Look at that. Those batteries, that's about $800 worth of batteries right there. Shit's crazy. Well, they may be coming by today to get the power turned on, but I'm going to head back on up the road because I'm not sure what time it would be or at all. But I have to say that this place does feel like it's coming back to life. And looking at the way the house is right now, I feel so proud of where it's coming along. Once I get the electricity in there and we can throw a switch and have lights. I've been working on the stonework up here, which is basically a false wall, but it'll keep anything from being able to get up underneath of there and stuff. But getting the front door with the black handled lock on there and stuff, and getting some of the ivy off of there and starting to patch up the brickwork, it's beginning to come along pretty good. And now we got the footers in there. The next thing will be framing up underneath there and getting that floor level, and from that point we'll be taking this chimney down that's up here and getting this roof switch situated, in which case we can actually start the framing work upstairs for the bathrooms and stuff, and start getting plumbing and things in here. And Mike's already started running some of the electric, so all of a sudden it is coming together. We've got a lot of work to do to get rid of the paint and stuff and clean up all that stuff and repaint it, but once we do and rebuild the railings, this house is going to look really cool. All right, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys next time. And I appreciate it if you like what you've been seeing here on the Red Brick House and my woodworking channel. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be following this project throughout, and if you go back to the first videos of where this place started, you'll be amazed. All right, peace.